And welcome again to the lecture series The Ascended Masters Answer the Fundamental Questions of Life. This lesson is entitled Lesson 7, Part 3. The Law of Re-embodiment. In order to familiarize ourselves with the cycle of re-embodiments, it is well to divide the subject into the following major components. 1. Change of garments, which is the death of the physical body. 2. Judgment and training for re-embodiment. 3. Request for re-embodiment. These will now be considered in consecutive order. There is no death. There never was. All is life and its eternal expression and manifestation. So-called death is just a withdrawing of the life-giving silver cord of the I Am Presence. This leaves the physical body inactive. Although the organs are still there as before, the eyes do not see, the ears do not hear, and the intelligence has withdrawn. The real self is but released of this habitat and free to enter higher realms, realms of beauty, harmony, and peace. The individual just passes from this physical realm of expression into greater freedom. So-called death is but an opportunity for rest and reattunement of the faculties of the personal consciousness. This is to free one from the turmoil and discords of earth long enough to receive an inflow of light and strength, which will enable the outer activity of the mind to take up the work of the physical experience again. The individual identity is eternal. When the outer form has become too discordant, the life releases itself. Decrepitude and death are caused mostly by misuse and waste of sex energy and lack of emotional control. The experience called death is a constant reminder of mankind's disobedience to the original God plan, the divine way of life. The physical body is but a garment, and the individual has just changed garments as one changes coats at the change of seasons. Being in a finer body after the transition, he is much more alive than before. At the moment when this individual casts off the physical body and continues to exist in the etheric body, the Mahachohan prepares to accept the final breath. As he accepts the final breath, the silver cord is severed and an angel or an ascended master awaits the individual. He will be escorted into a beautiful realm for rest. This rest period is often called heaven by the outside world. Normally, the individual is in a confused state of mind, and during a period of rest and adjustment, he is given opportunity to meet and communicate with friends and members of the family, also dwelling on the so-called other side. The physical body should not be buried, but cremated. Through the purifying process of cremation, some discord in the emotional body is transmuted, which allows the individuals to go to higher realms of light. Prior to cremation, the body should be held without embalming on ice or in cold storage for 72 hours. Whenever legally possible, an autopsy should be avoided. In ages past, the body was placed in a previously constructed pillar of violet fire and it was instantly transmuted. The next subject we are talking about will be judgment and training for re-embodiment. After completion of the rest period, the individual still functioning in his etheric body is called before the karmic board. Here the experiences of the last embodiment are shown to the individual. He is made aware of missed opportunities and he feels remorse for the discordant use of energy. This experience is sometimes called purgatory or hell. Now the individual is sent to certain realms of vibration where he can be best prepared for another embodiment. He is grouped together with hundreds or even thousands of others on the same level of development to receive certain training. The more he is developed in consciousness, the more attention is given to the individual. He is given as much of the law of life that he is able to understand and apply. Through the use of the violet fire, he is asked to transmute some past karma. Until July 1959, all new embodiment took place exclusively on our planet Earth. According to a decision by the Karmic Board dated July 59, there will be a division of all of mankind, with some individuals taking embodiment on a newly created planet. These changed rules for embodiment are explained in the lesson The Path to Ascension. Request for re-embodiment. After the live stream has completed this period of training, he is again asked to come before the Karmic Board. The overall amount of karma is examined, and certain amount of that karma is allotted to the following embodiment. A large amount of karma is held in abeyance to be transmuted at a future time. Otherwise, the returning currents would be too much to handle. So we may say the average individual is held in a state of protection where ignorance is bliss. Those who are summoned before the Karmic Board line up in groups of 3. From these, 1 is chosen for embodiment, 2 are not. When a child of an Ascended Master applies for embodiment, he sometimes applies to transmute an extraordinary amount of karma. Later, when in embodiment, he does not remember this request. Facing difficult problems, he sometimes blames the Karmic Board for his troubles, and occasionally he wishes he were one of those who was denied embodiment. Therefore, let us not stand in judgment of anyone. We cannot compare an individual who has a happy, serene, harmonious life with a Chela who has a difficult and rocky road, full of ups and downs, since we do not know how much karma is transmuted during a particular embodiment. When in embodiment, for the most part, the Chela must rely on his own self-effort to redeem the karma. There will be assistance from a master, however the master will not allow himself to be used as a leaning post. The student may be on the path, but it is insufficient to take away is karma. Now we will discuss the law of forgiveness. Through divine grace, there is a tool available to us that we can call to lessen the karmic debt caused by our previous wrongdoings. This tool is called the law of forgiveness, and it should always be stated before issuing the violet flame decree. Now, knowing about this law of divine grace, would it be asking too much if we in turn forgive those who trespass against us now, or those who have trespassed against us in the past? The Master stated that through forgiving those who committed wrongs against us, we would be literally leap forth in our spiritual development. Each day then, as part of the basic decrees, we should call on the law of forgiveness. And when that call is accompanied with the actual feeling of forgiveness for your own mistakes and those of others, it works like magic. When you call upon the law of forgiveness for all the mistakes you have ever made and for those of all mankind, it gives tremendous assistance not only to mankind but to yourself. Note, additional details on this subject may be found in the AMTF books Mother Mary's Assistance Today and 21 Essential Lessons, Volume 1. They may be purchased from the website www.ascendedmaster.org. Again, the website is www.ascendedmaster.org. This concludes Lesson 7, the spiritual laws that govern our planet. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this lesson, that we will meet again soon for Lesson 8, which is entitled Angels and Elementals.